I do think that all of you guys who follow these other channels who I promoted back in the day, I think you really should unsubscribe for them so they can see what it's like. Derek, big unsubscribe. Derek made himself a clown. Arthur made himself a clown. The Illusion makes himself a clown every day. These people are clowns. Ben was a great help to the community. He met a girl in the community who was like the worst decoder and maybe the most annoying TFR caller ever. And again, Ben, if you're out there, I mean, I don't mean to be mean, but Ben, you can do better, man. She's 10 years older than you. Well, the problem is, like 20% of this community who are loyal supporters, who are helpful, have like turned against me because of the slanders. They joined the side of the slanders, which is blowing my mind. I'm like, how are they winning?
Welcome back, True Seeker.
These last few weeks, there's just been so much censorship. My old website, freetofindtruth.blogspot.com, is going down in flames. Just every day, more and more posts being deleted. And it's a really rampant period of attack videos made against me. There's seemingly like at least one new attack video against me per day.
Oh, but baby.
I'm just thinking, I don't think these things are coincidences. There's a reason there's so much focus on attacking me. And
yeah, well, something tells me you bring it on yourself.
Arthur represents every person I've ever had a problem with in this community. I help them out, I build them up, and then they attack me. There's no other narrative that's ever been any other way.
Sure, Jan.
Derek, same story. Arthur went and provoked Richard Quinn, who I've given a million chances to, and then I wake up and Richard Quinn's creating more drama this morning. And it's like, oh my God. And again, Richard Quinn, if you're out there, you are the guy who called in TFR and went on a rant about how shitty your own son was. And I thought, okay, this also isn't making the gematria community. A dad calling in, ragging on his son? People that are attacking me are pathetic people, dishonest people. It's funny, you go in these other people's channels, like Derek's channel, the only people who ever seem to be in his live streams are the same people who slander me all day. Nobody else is watching his videos. And again, like the same clown who asked me to drive down to New York because he was in a bad spot, he needed someone to talk to in the middle of rush hour when I told him it was going to take me 2 hours through traffic, which it did. And then I get there and I listen to his sob story the whole time and buy him forget what it was, a couple cups of coffee and maybe a muffin or whatever he wanted, just took care of his little tab for him, not to mention it's expensive to park down in Seattle to listen to somebody's 2-hour sob story after you drive through 2 hours of traffic. But then he wanted to come up, and again, he asked if I could take him out to lunch. He was in a tough spot, took him out to lunch, kept ordering more and more stuff. I'd never seen somebody order so much stuff. Appetizer, 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 dish, another dish, drink, another drink, milkshake, dessert.
Bon appetit!
I was just like, is this person serious? And then what happens right after that? Next thing I know, this person's online attacking me. If Sports Gematria calls in, he gets 10 minutes to talk freely. Because he's also like, he is having the biggest impact.
It's like winning.
No doubt he's taken a lot of people away from the work because he's good at making videos and he's good at chopping them up and painting a totally false picture.
Bullshit.
I mean, there are some things that are in the videos that make me look bad that did come out of my mouth that I shouldn't have said. But again, I've also uploaded over 10,000 videos. I've said a lot of shit. If you just wanted to make a collage of all the things that I shouldn't have said, or maybe that was too far across the line, that's exactly what this guy's done. No caller ID. Okay, no caller ID. We know this is a troll. What is it, no caller ID?
Hey, Zach, why don't you bet your own tips?
I do. So that's another routine troll talking point.
Can you prove it? Can you prove it? Can you show bet slips?
I could prove it. Do I need to prove it?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Well, why do I need to prove it? So here, let me just respond to you with this. When you watched my live stream last week and you saw the guy saying, thank you helped me make $30,000 this month, and you saw the other guys who said, thank you helped me make $40,000, you changed my life. So what point are you making? If the knowledge is helping other people win money, you can't shut the fuck up. You guys, listen to my troll. Okay, again. Okay, no caller ID. Thanks for calling in, pussy. Again, you guys, listen to these fucking losers. Is that an argument? If I helped just two people who phoned in last week make $70,000 between the two of them, does it matter if I bet on it as well. These are illogical arguments from retards. Retards. And the word does have a place. That's a retard. That argument doesn't make any sense. Helped people make millions of dollars over years. Those are facts. How come you don't bet your own picks? I do. And if I lived in a state where it was all the way legal, I'd bet a lot more. Anyone out there who's getting taken, and here, since he's out there screen recording, I'm actually going to put, if you guys are not aware of this channel, this guy is the biggest loser, arguably, on the face of the earth. I'm going to put his channel up here because I just want you to see what his whole channel looks like.
Oh, shit.
He's here right now, lurking, watching, screen recording, getting ready to put together his next video.
You got me.
But again, I just want to show you what this channel's about and how fraudulent it is. This is the channel, Sports Gematria. It doesn't do any gematria. His whole channel is about attacking me. The latest ones, the divider-in-chief, Zachary K. Hubbard. It's like, yeah, fair words. Fair words. No, I'm not dividing. I'm calling out people who are doing things that are detrimental to the work.
Like yourself.
The illusion. There's another guy who's a lot like Arthur. Not that good at decoding, and in their mind, their whole stream, if you watch them, is, I'm the best decoder, I'm the greatest decoder, I can do this, nobody else can do this. This guy, he gets on the back of Derek. Derek says I'm a snake oil salesman after we just helped a ton of people win a ton more money. And again, Derek's the one that looks like he's selling snake oil. Right after we nailed Super Bowl 55, he did a video on how he doesn't think gematria can be used to decode sports. It's like, dude, we've just nailed like our 100th future, and you're uploading a video afterwards saying you don't think sports can be decoded with gematria? And then he says, because if it could, look at my example that didn't come through. And it's like, yeah, that's the reason we don't decode football games by connecting them to eclipses in whatever country is because that's not a working method. I mean, it's just like insanity listening to these people. Here he has me versus Arthur. He's got Arthur in the thumbnail. Well, I wonder why I call out Arthur. Maybe because he's a con man. Bart, who had some kind of psychotic breakdown over God knows what.
Fuck you, Zachary K. Hubbard, you motherfucker. Yes, you guys might hate me for doing that, for saying that, but Zach, we are here in your community that you created. We're here promoting your fucking work, your books, and you fucking call in and shit on the people that support you? Fuck you, Zachary K. Hubbard.
The illusion who's delusional. Derek, who, thank you for the calculator, no thank you for everything else. Yeah, me versus people who are not doing anything helpful, people that are essentially detrimental to the work.
Come on. Even you don't believe that.
And then sadly, young Ben's up there. And you know what they say? Behind every good man, behind every good man is a good woman. We did bring young Ben together with his sweet lady through the community. And I didn't even want to take a shot at this, but a lot of people are grateful she doesn't call in anymore. I'll just put it this way. She had a Canadian accent. She would call in. She'd be long-winded on TFR. She'd have long, nonsensical decodes that really didn't connect to anything. And out of the goodness of my heart, I'd be like, oh, thanks for calling in again. I hope you, good luck with the test. I appreciate it. But again, you guys, sometimes I'm nice to people because I don't have a reason to be mean to them.
He's a two-faced fucking prick.
That girl also ended up not liking me because, I don't know, like, she was friends with Bart too. And then it pulled Ben out of the community. It's like, God, Ben was a great help to the community. He met a girl in the community who was like the worst decoder and maybe the most annoying TFR caller ever. And again, Ben, if you're out there, I mean, I don't mean to be mean, but Ben, you can do better, man. She's 10 years older than you. I don't want to say more, but you can do better. You can do better, buddy. Trust me. You're a lot smarter than she is. But anyway.
Wow.
Got the wrong woman behind him and went the wrong direction. That's all I can say about young Ben. This guy continues to put together the clips of, things I've said over the years that I probably shouldn't have said. But anyone who's trying to paint me out to be some kind of racist is totally disingenuous.
And this is what Zachary Greenblatt had to say after that.
This is what your boy Gematria Effect said. When I had this lying monkey, he's talking about RFG Chosen One, a black guy. When I had this lying monkey on my radio show, I tried to be nice to him. That was my mistake. I should have exposed him for the circus creature he is. Just a dumb lying idiot, period.
Everybody who knows me knows I'm not really racist. When I'm getting trolled by black people, sometimes I'll say some shit back to the black people that I shouldn't say, but it's because I'm getting trolled and they're making it racial. I got to admit, man, all of us have a racist side in us. Man, when I get an ignorant black person that goes off on me, I'll tell you what, there must be something in my programming too, because I am always on the verge of that word. I didn't call it the M word, but I'm telling you, man, it was on the tip of my tongue. So imagine taking, a compilation of the few things that I said over the course of 10 years and trying to always keep bringing it up. Be like, oh, see, he's a racist, bad person. I mean, this guy's a fucking loser. And I do have black critics, too. For all the black critics out there that talk shit and make videos about me, like, I really don't understand who you guys are, and I don't understand what you're about. I'd say you guys are the Uncle Toms of the world. Major fraud alert. Again, the only person that's a major fraud is the person who's he's probably jerk. This guy is such a psychopath. I bet you right now he's watching the screen and jerking off because he's sexually excited. Zachary K. Hubbard gets wasted by NFL again. Again, 3 bad weeks, 13 good weeks.
Bullshit.
Has he covered any of the 13 good weeks? Nope, because this isn't what he does. He only waits for a bad day to make a video because that's the content of his character, which makes him a loser. Zachary K. Hubbard destroys truth community. He has a picture of Richard Quinn up there who means well, but who can't control himself and who gets hurt so easily and taken by the trolls so easily, which is why I've said he's too much of a liability. And again, Richard never said thank you for having him come on and do the birthday show, but then he gets pulled into the pack of trolls and he's making shit videos again. It's why I've said to Richard a million times, go away, Richard, move on. And then Angel Baby, again, Angel Baby started the drama.
Oh my God, are you serious?
And the thing about like an Angel Baby of the world, Angel Baby, I've paid for her hotels, I've spent a lot of money on her, and again, she, at the end of the day, to keep it real, she's not very helpful.
Wrong.
The final straw was bringing her daughter, and we were out day and night, and she was out there with us. Credit to her for that, but I mean, she's not really bringing anything to the table, and dragging her daughter around because she doesn't have any daycare for her daughter because she's a single mom, while her daughter's begging to go back home.
There's signs to just take a pause right now and then come back to the lap we're making around the U.S.
Anyway, this guy's making these videos, like trying to make me out to be a bad guy. I'm just setting the record straight, okay? If I just spent thousands of dollars and helped you out and then told an anonymous story about how somebody really did need to take their child home, which was true, and then they want to go public and go batshit crazy on me and spread more drama, and then this video right here. I made a video saying that I predicted the Queen would die on the 140th day of the year because Queen of England equals 140, and how she ended up dying 140 days after her birthday at age 96, which we specified why that would be the age she would die at. And then he makes a video like, Zachary K. Hubbard, the man who's never wrong. And then he just wants to emphasize how she didn't die on May 20th. It's like, okay. The point is, though, that we explained why it was important and significant for her to die at age 96. So, again, for the troll who made the video, who probably works at Quantico, who has no life, is a total loser, prove that you have an ounce of dignity and go back and say Zach was right about the Queen being synced up with the NFL season and the numbers he said that would be connected to her death. So, I mean, this guy's just a joke to make an hour-long video trying to make me look bad about my prediction of the Queen after it, you know, it wasn't exactly right, but it wasn't far off, and pretty much all the key elements were there. That's who this guy is. Never forget August 10th, 2022, the day another Zachary K. Hubbard prediction failed. Again, my main prediction is that Biden will leave his presidency when he's 81 years old. What I've been saying the whole time. This video right here was, you know, people were pointing out that maybe he'll actually go this year on the Herbert Hoover anniversary. Because again, at the Herbert Hoover Library is where Gerald Ford explained how a president who's old will die in office and the woman who's VP will become the first female president. So I said, again, let's keep an eye on what happens on the Herbert Hoover anniversary just in case. This guy makes the video saying it's a failed prediction.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't really much of a prediction. It's something to watch just in case, because there's a logical reason to watch. This guy, again, is a total loser. Happy birthday to the greediest person on earth. Really, the greediest person on earth.
If the shoe fits.
He tried to go after Itachi because apparently Itachi likes Coke.
What we are doing is we're crushing up this Puro rock.
You know what? Why do you care if somebody likes Coke? This also isn't making the gematria community. A dad calling in, ragging on his son? And I gotta be honest, like, sometimes Itachi, like his sports decoding methods, I'm just like, it's just like on Monday Night Football. He was going against my pick too, and I'm like, why would you go against the 33, Itachi? The thing you're texting me right now, things like that are 50-50. But you know what? Itachi still wins more than he loses.
No, he doesn't.
Again, I've heard from a lot of people that Itachi's helped him out. You see people in my live stream chat, hey, shout out to Itachi. I went with Itachi's prop bet on this. Made this much money. The reality is, Itachi's helping people more than he's hurting people. There's even some days where Itachi gives me a headache. I'm not going to go on and make a video about anyone on the day they gave me a headache unless they also start making videos trying to slander me. This guy's trying to slander people who are being helpful. I'm helpful to people. Itachi's helpful to people. Why is this guy attacking both of us? It's obvious.
Because you're both losers.
This guy made a video that I gave the man at the Buffalo shelter money, and he said that I'm giving the truth seeker money to a registered sex offender. First of all, I don't know anything about his criminal history, okay?
And I understand that he did something, 15 or so years ago that, is wrong. But again, don't judge a man. You don't know what his history was. He might have been abused as a child as well. A lot of people who do those types of things were abused as children themselves.
First of all, I don't know anything about his criminal history, okay?
He's a lying motherfucker.
I don't know how this guy went up and looked up his criminal history. This guy tries to frame it like, ooh, Zach's giving money to a sex offender.
Because that's what happened.
Has he done things in the past? I don't know. I'm not judging him for the past. I don't know about his past. I didn't look up his police report.
I understand that he did something, 15 or so years ago that, is wrong.
Has he done things in the past? I don't know. I'm not judging him for the past. I don't know about his past.
Oh my God, he's making this up as he goes along.
Zachary K. Hubbard gets another prediction wrong. Okay? I never said I got every game right. This guy will ignore the beautiful weeks we have, the long streaks we have, but always happy to make a video on a bad day. That's who he is. Zachary K. Hubbard threatens to sue his critics into censorship. I have said that, it would be nice, if we could figure out who these people are and sue them. It would be a good way to fund the movement. Again, I don't like to use the courts, but at the same time, I think it would be justified to sue people like you who get on here each day and slander.
Bullshit.
So again, this guy's whole agenda is to attack the resources that we are trying to mount to build the movement.
Never use it anyway.
And does he ever talk about how much money I put in to the movement? Again, it's expensive to build apps, host websites.
Excuses.
This guy also will get on and be like, Zach wonders why he gets censored when he goes on the ballistic rants he does. This is a guy who thinks you should be censored because you have dropped some F-bombs and say some things that maybe people aren't comfortable with. This is a guy who promotes censorship, who defends Big Brother, the rigged sports leagues. That's who this is. And it's sad that people in this community are getting taken by this. Zachary K. Hubbard's Kentucky Derby disaster. I did have a bad year this year with the Derby. Had I ever had a bad year with the Derby before? No. The 145th Kentucky Derby is over. I did say I would be shocked if one of Bob Baffert's horses didn't win. I am shocked. Really thought that a Baffert horse would take it. Again, the Baffert horses had amazing alignment, so did Baffert himself. But for whatever reason, it wasn't to be. The one year that we get it wrong, Zachary K. Hubbard's Kentucky Derby disaster. Well, what's funny is this is the first year I've ever charged for my pick, and this is the first time I've ever put out a pick on a horse race and not got the first place finisher right. The one year that we get it wrong, Zachary K. Hubbard's Kentucky Derby disaster. Zachary K. Hubbard takes on Gematria community. I don't mean to sound arrogant, you guys, but there is no Gematria community without me. And ego! Zachary K. Hubbard admits he has enough money to hire people, but again, like I said, not enough to hire multiple people. I mean, the reality is now if I tried to start an employee and have 3 or 4 employees, I got enough funds to pay him a decent salary for a year, but...
Oh, did I let the cat out of the bag?
And because I did try to hire one person who was not willing to move out to Washington State, who also drugged their feet on a few simple things I asked him to do, it caused a feud in the community because other people felt like they should have been the first hire. Okay, the day I have enough resources to hire 5 people at once, that's when we'll do it. I mean, the reality is now if I tried to start an employee and have 3 or 4 employees, I got enough funds to pay him a decent salary for a year, but...
Got your ass.
What did I do instead? Built a website, social media platform, helped other people find the knowledge.
Excuses.
Imagine we had a really good video editor. Imagine we had a humorous person. Imagine we had a really beautiful woman, since a lot of people will watch a video if it has a really... imagine that we had a team of people like that with a diverse set of skills, the things that you need to do in this world to get this information in front of more people's eyes. I'm not good with video editing. And the thing is, this guy right here is good with video editing. If he was really about Gematria, like his channel name, he could be helping out the community.
I am.
Zachary K. Hubbard, the racist liar and divider. Yeah, I'm really racist. God.
Willie D, Major Shill. You know, if you're subscribed to this guy, tell him however you want to put it, but this guy's a motherfucking coon.
Year where the Tiger takes its first victim. Okay, again, ignores that we hit the 9-1 prop for Odell Beckham to score the first touchdown.
No, I didn't.
Ignores that we did 8 hours of live streams before the Super Bowl and arrived at the end that the smartest move was to take the Bengals with the points, which is all facts. Which was the best possible payout you could get. And focuses on the things that I got wrong. He claims that I made 8 prop bets, which is false, but let's just say that I made 8 prop bets. Let's just use his analogy and say only one of my 8 prop bets hit, which is false. It's the argument he's using. Again, he's a liar. But let's just say that was true. Let's say that I missed on 7 prop bets and I hit on the 9-1, which he doesn't mention that was the payout. Did you make money off the Super Bowl? Oh, you did. If you made 8 $100 bets, which again, I didn't have 8 prop bets.
Liar. Liar. Deceiver. Liar. Deceiver. Fraud.
But if you bet 100 on all of those, you would have lost 700 on the 7. And then the one where you bet 100, you got 900. So from that bet, you walked away with $1,000. So you came out ahead. Here's what I'd say. If you do take the Bengals, I would have 2 hedge bets with the Bengals to get your money back. Let's say you put $100 on the Bengals. I would have a $10 bet on the game going to overtime because that would pay all, you'd still come out ahead for the day if that hits because that pays over more than 10-1. So you'd win back your 100 that you lost if the Bengals lost if it went to overtime. And I'd also have one more insurance bet. I think it might be worth a $10 bet on Aaron Donald to be MVP in case the Rams win. Not to mention it was a lot better than he said because we didn't have 8 prop bets.
Liar. Liar. Deceiver.
Zachary K. Hubbard pretending that he isn't rich. How am I rich? How am I rich?
A lot of people could drive a more modest car. You know, a lot of people could pick up a used Honda Civic that'll last them 10 years for $5,000 or less.
I'm not a rich person. I mean, totally false. While raking in, again, not rich, false allegation. I don't get the picture joke with the dog, but there's a reason that he'll continue to be anonymous. He'll continue to only make videos when I'm wrong, ignore everything that's right. I mean, and in one of these videos, I was just watching it, he says I had a horrible week 9, and he's responding to where a guy literally just called in. It was Tyrone. And said, thank you for week 9. You helped me make over $4,000. So in his video, he decides to write that I had a terrible NFL week 9. I mean, total insanity. It's amazing to me, but that's why I'm addressing it, because so many people are getting caught up in it and believing the sports gematrias of the world, who's a total disinformation agent. There's people in the chat. Some of you guys in the chat are losers. Any of you guys who are serious about how I just need to hug it out with Arthur, you guys are fucking idiots. Why would I hug it out with a piece of shit who's a lying scammer? You don't hug it out with that person. You want to call in from your phone number. I don't dox people. I don't put their number out there. You want to call in from your phone number. I don't dox people. I don't put their number out there.
He's a lying motherfucker.
I do think that all of you guys who follow these other channels who I promoted back in the day, I think you really should unsubscribe for them so they can see what it's like. Derek, big unsubscribe. Trust me, you don't need any of his decodes. Connecting Monday Night Football to an eclipse in India? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? The reason the guy can't make any sports predictions is because he thinks they're connected to eclipses in India. Doesn't need to be watched. Thank you for the calculator. I don't mind if you guys subscribe and pay him for his calculator. He did a good job there, but his decoding is trash. It makes the community look dumb. Arthur's just a clone of me who slanders me, who doesn't deserve anything. Well, what Arthur reminds me of what my buddy Joseph said in college when I found out this knowledge. He was one of the people that was receptive to what I was doing because he saw there was results with sports right away. And he said to me, he said, Zach, don't teach this to anyone. He said, just keep this as a secret. I got into it to teach the knowledge to help people improve their position. I've stayed on that path, but when there's an Arthur of the world, or a Derek, or a sports gematria, or an illusion, any of these losers remind me of what my buddy Joseph said.
I was going to say, don't even pay attention to the people that slander your content, because I feel like you waste your own energy.
Well, the problem is, like 20% of this community who are loyal supporters, who are helpful, have like turned against me because of the slanders. They joined the side of the slanders, which is blowing my mind. I'm like, how are they winning? The reason they're winning is because their videos are well edited, and I mean, if you take all the shit said, I mean, it does, like, if you watch it, you're like, man, he does look kind of bad, but you're taking like years worth of rants and the worst thing I said and compiling it into a video and taking things out of context. So they're like, oh, like there's a guy in Europe who I've been exchanging back and forth with. I now see he's over in the sports match. He's like, wow, I never knew this side of Zach. All I saw was like, is a brilliant. It's just like, oh my God, now this guy's being taken by this. My God, man. So, like, here's what I gotta say about everybody who's been fooled by that. Ultimately, they're not good people. They're not intelligent enough to see through the obvious, scammy scumbag that is this troll who's been harassing me every day for 7 years. And now we got people who've been riding with us falling off because they're getting taken by the troll with the video editing skills who's really devious in what he does. Only people that fall off and go against me are punks. And I'll stand by that remark all day. There's nobody else who has a problem in this community besides a punk. Somebody who's a hater.
They're haters.
Exactly.
Somebody with too big of an ego. Somebody who wants to be the #1 decoder.
You're really just talking about yourself.
That's it. Just clowns. Derek made himself a clown. Arthur made himself a clown. The Illusion makes himself a clown every day. These people are clowns.
Bullshit.
Again, I just love those videos where he puts together a collage of faces who all learned from me, who I promoted and gave them a platform, and then act like I'm the bad guy. It's like, okay, all those people stuck knives in my back.
Sure, Dan.
And all of you guys who also leave comments like, just come together, that's bullshit too. You don't come together with people who keep stabbing you in the back. You got to say enough's enough. These people are snakes. These people will only cause division and problems.
Like yourself.
And if you feel that way about me, then move on.
Till next time, Truth Seeker.